our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth and our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. In South Manila, this is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
V81 Radio.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. An online program that takes you to all corners of beauty and lifestyle. This is Beauty in a Box, providing insights on how beauty and lifestyle of all kinds will be of help to everyone, may it be in their professional or personal lives, by improving one's confidence. Beauty in a Box, hosted by certified makeup artist and beauty enthusiast Aliya Ambray. This is Beauty in a Box, only here on V81 Radio, South Manila.
Welcome everyone! You are now tuned in to Beauty in a Box, a show that takes you to all corners of beauty and lifestyle here at V81 Radio Worldwide under the South Manila station. So come and unbox your beauty in a box with me, Aliya Ambray, a certified makeup artist and a beauty enthusiast, and I'm the host for this show. For all our first-timers out here, this is an online program that features beauty and lifestyle of all kinds and provides insight on how they will be of help to everyone, may it be in their professional lives or personal lives, by improving one's confidence. Last week, we had our favorite Pinoy comedian, Bayani Agbayani, join us in the show. You can still check out that episode on V81 Radio South Manila's Facebook page or Beauty in a Box Facebook page if you want to enjoy a laugh trip and good vibes, and also feel inspired by Kuya Yanni's very humble beginnings. But before anything else, I'd just like to say thank you to today's partner. We have Tropic Culture Manila for providing us some everyday essentials made for the tropics. I mean, we're in the land of the tropics. They provide printed turbans, they provide pouches, monogram totes, water bottle bags. I actually have some of them here. They have totes, they also have water bottle bags, and they also provide this pouch. So get yours now. You can check them out on their Instagram page. That's Tropic Culture Manila at TROPICCULTUREMANILA, and feel tropical, may it be wet or dry season. So happy Saturday! I hope everyone's having a great Saturday afternoon so far. At sa mga nasa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo, I also hope you're having a great morning or evening wherever you are. I'll say hi lang to some of my family and friends watching. We have my Budian and Ambray family from Lucena, Cavite, Surigao, Abu Dhabi, Saudi, here in the metro. And to my friends na baka napilitan kong magising ng mas maaga for a Saturday to tune in. Lalo din makasama kong nagpuyat kagabi, sila Eggy, Sal, and Jess, for being my teammates sa pagpuyat, no? But I swear, maganda ang usapan natin today. And so as we get in today's episode, women's voices through their craft, I just like to say that's really about time na pag-usapan natin ang topic na to. I know we've tackled hints of it in some of our previous episodes, especially where it ladies, yung mga guests natin sa show. But today, we're finally gonna focus on the topic of women empowerment. And because this advocacy is so wide and it's so close to my heart, I'm extending it even after this episode by launching a series called Women's Voices, wherein we'll discuss and celebrate the unique stories and triumphs of women from all walks of life. Para every now and then, we can look back at the importance of the advocacy of women empowerment through the lens of amazing women in different fields. Strictly, #Women Support Women tayo dito sa Beauty in a Box. And to kickstart our Women's Voices series, we'll be taking beauty, lifestyle, and women empowerment from the perspective of women in the creative media field. Today, I'll be joined with two talented women who are just absolutely killing it in the industry with their wits and creative skills and content. And they truly embody what it means to be a woman, and a brave and bold one at that, as seen in their work styles and content. So stay tuned till the end of this episode to hear all about it. And feel free to leave comments and any questions. Hi to Shaka. Hi, guys, from LA. Hi to Diana, my sister's watching, my family, my cousin Salida, Corey watching, Royce. Hi, guys, see you in the comments. So yes, go girl power. Yes, Miss Penny, let's go. So, all right, now it's time to invite in our special guest for this afternoon. Let me welcome our first guest. We have portrait, fashion, and lifestyle photographer. We have Andrea Beldua. Let's call on Andrea on screen. There we go. Hi, Andrea. Welcome to Beauty in a Box. Good afternoon, girl.
Good
I love
afternoon,
it.
girl.
Diba? Matching ang damit natin tsaka your hair.
Oo naman. Ayan.
The
So,
girl
diba,
with the
nag-prepare
pink
ka?
hair. Yes. So let's complete our group for today. So let's call on digital creator, radio DJ, and host and fashionista. We have Jazz Reyes.
Hi! Hello,
Hi,
everyone!
Jazz!
Wala
Ayan.
today. Napaka-white
Yes.
masyado.
I love it. O, diba? So, good afternoon to you both. You look so beautiful, both of you. And talagang happy Saturday sa atin. So, ayan, before we get into the meat of our girl power discussion, no, magkamustahan muna tayo ng konti, diba? So, it's already, we're back na naman to GCQ. Palit-palit tayo from ECQ,
Oo,
GCQ.
pag-ganon lang.
Ganun lang, diba? So, I want to know, no, how have you guys been since nga naman, quarantine pa rin tayo. I don't know how long this will take us, but how have you guys been? So, we can maybe start with, sige, Jazz, let's start with you. How have you been?
Okay naman. Parang, nung umpisa, we had to get used to a lot of things that are new. Nakakatawa kasi I started a new business like 10 days. I launched it 10 days before the pandemic. So, medyo stress nung time na yan. Tapos, from super stress, naging super chill. So, actually, I had like a really low moment. And this is emotionally and work also. But parang I welcomed that because of it, I was able to do or I guess continue to do what I've always kind of wanted to.
Yes.
So parang you take challenges as a parang okay, kailangan ko mag-level up pero may challenge na. So I have to overcome that first before moving forward. So that's how I see the challenges that have been coming my way ever since the pandemic started. Pero parang kaya.
Kerry, push lang, diba? So, challenges na yan. So, I can't wait to hear more about what you've experienced so far later on, no? So, how about you, Andrea? How have you been lately? Ano ba? Kamusta?
Ayun, I think as good as being in a, this situation will be, gets, parang, I just feel like I don't want to say that I'm okay. Because really, who is completely okay right now?
Tama.
Wala.
Diba?
Totoo yan. No, parang you say you're okay, pero diba, of course, deep inside, push lang tayo lahat, diba? So, I'm so glad now, we're still here together and we're able to share our stories and inspire our viewers today with our experiences, diba? So, before we get into more details today, can you tell us a little bit about your work pa and what you do, no? So, how you got into these creative fields? Kasi that's our topic today nga, diba? The women's voices to their craft. So, this can be as creatives, no? Also in your profession, since si Jazz nga, DJ, host, digital creator, kasi si Andrea is like lifestyle, diba? Photographer, fashion photographer. So we can talk about that, like, how did you get into it and tell us a little bit about it. So si Jazz, game, let's go.
Ako, I guess, sumusundot ako sa na-feel ko na parang maka-enjoy ako because I grew up in a very strict high school, grade school, gano'n na community na sobrang linabas ko lahat when I came out of college, when I went into college. So, I started in theater-based kasi talaga ako. I love theater.
Oh, theater,
so,
yes.
Ma-acting ako, maarte, hindi more like I really love theater, and from that I did theater first, and then I delved into actually new form of media. So I went into radio, so that was when I started college pa lang. I was in radio, and then I moved to courtside reporting, and then after that, from in front of the screen, parang my interest grew behind the screen. So filmmaking was a big part of that.
Okay.
And because nagustuhan ko yung proseso behind the screen as well, parang my world revolved around media in general. So whether it's in front of the cam or behind the cam, I really enjoy doing that. So ngayon, I don't know about Andrea, like, to be honest, if I'm in a room with sina Andy, sina DJ Pascual, the likes, parang ibang level sila eh. Kasi that's the reason their
Gagi,
craft
girl,
that
hindi
they hold and stuff. So parang,
Diba? Hindi kaya?
Hindi naman.
kasi what I
No.
do is really low-level photography. Maybe kapag videography, ibang usapan. Pero kapag photography, compared to Andy, talagang low level lang talaga ako. Like, I have so much to learn.
Yes.
I have like, kasi yung craft ni Andy is very kumbaga ganito, kapag ito yung metaphor. For example,
Yes, game.
Ano siya?
May pa-metaphor.
Yung brand ng tsaa
May pa-metaphor.
niya. Ako naman, yung brand ng tsaa ko, pulot-pulot ka lang dyan sa sahig. Parang fun yan. Parang sarap yan.
11 yung brand mo, girl. Linawin natin.
Oo nga, your milk. Oo, yung mga mo, girl, drinks mo.
Plugging it in. Plugging it in.
Ako dun sa damo-damo.
Plug lang.
Pulot ko sa Laguna. Ako yan.
That, how about you, Anya? Ano ba? How did you get into your din? So, you're a professional photographer now. Like, si Jazzy, kinahype ka pa kanina pa, di ba? So, like, how did you get into it? And then, can you tell us a little bit about it? A little bit about it pa.
Actually, parang nung college, I never dreamed of being a photographer. As in, sobrang lang pakidado sa camera, gano'n. Like, high school, college. Up until naging elective sa college yung photography in my 3rd year. Tapos yun yung time, guys, natatandaan niyo yung time na, as in, yun yung era of vlogging.
Yes. Ano to? Ano mga year of let's say 20s?
Early 2000. 2010. Early 2010.
Oo, di ba? Yeah. So, mga ganun. Up until then, mga parang vlogging pala yan yung thing nun. So, at that time, I wanted to be one.
Okay.
So, parang ganun. So, I was taking OOTDs, ganyan. Pero parang ang boring nung ako lang naman yung kinukuha.
Yung ikaw yung subject, ganun. Na-bored ka doon.
Oo. So, parang I started to take it as an elective. And then, it evolved to me wanting to become parang a photojournalist. Kasi, I was one nun for the Guidon in Ateneo. So, I would cover rallies, stuff like that. Like, when the Pope came here,
tapos
puro
yung hair mo.
ganon.
Ay, back.
Blonde pa ako noon. Ano ba?
Blonde pa siya noon.
Blonde
siya pink-pink noon. Ang cute. So, it's how you started talaga. So, parang ka muna. Like, so, it's all started because you wanted to take, like, your own photos muna. Yung, be like, express yourself as, like, in the photos nga, no? But you got parang, I want to extend it. I want to explore more things. So, ikaw yung parang transition naman sa pagiging photographer. Ang galing nga, because I love all your photos also. Like, girl, mamaya, papakita natin sa viewers as in. Pati si Jazz, ang kanyang content, please lang. Oh my God.
Uy, grabe yung content.
Kabahan po ang viewers natin. Yes. So, so thank you so much for giving us a glimpse, no, of your work, no. So, later na talk about the journey natin. Let's say hi to some of the viewers that's watching right now, So, mga pag-greet daw sa kapatid ni Robbie Pastores. We have Audevon Pastores. Happy birthday! So, let's greet them a happy birthday to Audevon. Happy birthday! And we have Bobby El Havate. Pabate ako, Kuya Win. Cute. And they all love our hairstyles now, guys. Ang cute. Paiba kami ng mga, di ba? Very pink. And ash yung sa'yo, Jazz, no? Very ashy yung ash ng hair mo, no? Parang wavy. Di ba? Cute.
Shout out to Coop.
Yeah. Shout out.
Girls dito.
Ayan, shout out to them. So, now let's time to delve into some more and discuss what having the power of being a woman is, like especially in those fields and in general, no, what it is like. So, it's just so important now, especially because what's been happening, what's been going on, to have more women voice out and be heard. And I'm really glad to be able to have like this platform tayo ngayon, and you ladies here to share what it really takes to be a woman. Kasi both of you have really good experiences na rin, like, and have want to be vocal more about like these what's been happening. I don't want to call it issues, but like ang daming pang hanash, ang daming ganap sa mga whatever, diba? Ang daming nangyayari. So, just because just before we get to let's go into your like personal experiences and creative processes, no. I'd like to first start off by asking, how would you define or understand what women empowerment is? Because it's such a broad term, but we all have our own way of explaining it. So maybe how I can ask you, how would you want to explain it nga, no? So we can start siguro. Jazz, sige, game. How would you define it?
I think I agree na everybody has their definition of women empowerment, and I think the most obvious ones I don't have to reiterate, but I do want to point out that women empowerment is also parang what is forgotten is the allyship of women and men with women empowerment. That men is not out of the equation with women empowerment. Because when you say women empowerment, it's automatic. Yung vision mo is like that American girl na ganyan, or very
mga Halloween costume ng lahat ng tao.
Yes. Pero parang yung nakakalimutan natin ng tao that the men should be as equally involved in the conversation of women empowerment because of the obvious double standard. Pero I think if you start to negate or you start to forget that men are involved in this feminism or women empowerment campaign, parang nagkukulang tayo sa conversation. Nagkukulang tayo sa pagka-holistic formation of women empowerment, because we need them to be part of us. We need them to be an ally also, because
involved
quote unquote try to topple quote unquote an old system. So we all need to work together in that. I think that's one I can say that's not so obvious or not as is not talked about, pero it should be.
Yes, totoo yan. I like what you said, Jazz. Because when we usually talk about women empowerment, we tend to forget that parang we tend to exclude nga na it's just women. But no, we really have to involve every gender, everyone, all kinds of people have to be part of what it is to be part of the advocacy of women empowerment talaga. Because they have to be educated, they have to be informed of what it really is. And kasi once you're part of it, the more you practice it, the more you respect it talaga, di ba? Nice. I like what you said nga, Jazz. How about you, Andrea? Like, how do you define what women empowerment is for you?
Wait, add lang ako dun sa sinabi ni Jazz.
Sige.
Parang I feel like we have to also acknowledge na ang pinapakinggan talaga for the longest time are men. It's always their voices na nangingibabaw. Sila lagi yung nagsasalita. Sila lagi yung nabibigyan ng platform. Sila lagi yung pinaniniwalaan. So parang the fact na, kaya nga diba may feminism kasi for the longest time, may systematic oppression up until now. Kaya parang for me, sobrang importante yung sinabi ni Jazz kasi they also, parang hindi pwedeng men against women.
Yes.
Kasi nga, parang, diba, kasi kailangan nila tayong tulungan na madinig din. And kailangan nila i-acknowledge yung privilege nila of always having been heard. Parang, it's also their turn to give us space then.
Yes. Totoo yan, Andrea. Like, I like what you said nga din. Kasi, how, for the longest time, it's crazy how we still have to parang voice out, still have to fight for it. And grabe, ilang years na natin ito pang pinagalaban. Siguro, even before we were born, there have been like a lot of women, great women who have been fighting like, no, women are, there's no such thing as women versus men. We're equal. We're equal. Hindi lang puro like lalaki lang ang mas malakas, hindi lang lalaki ang mas matapang. No, women, we're strong. We're as strong as you guys, diba? So I like thank you for defining what it really is, what women empowerment really is, diba? So with that, how do you make statements with your works? Kasi you both like really put out good product, good content, good products. No, with Andrea, your photography is really good. As in, ang ganda. Like we can show some works later on. We provided some slides, and also kay Jazz, no, especially with how you voice out, lalo ng mga witty captions nyo, like, ang ganda, like, whether you related to your content talaga. And it's nice kasi, the way you try to put out your work is for people to relate to. Hindi siya yung parang masyadong pa-deep. You try to be friendly sa audience, diba? Para mas maintindihan nila. That's why you try to make it witty ata, no? So, okay, so, how do you make statements with your work now? Maybe you can give us a glimpse of your creative processes. Sige, yun. So, we can start with Jazz.
Di ko alam. Kasi nakakatawa. Like, before kasi mas nagpo-focus ako on making just fashion, lifestyle photos, which I still enjoy doing naman. But, parang, like I mentioned, ever since the pandemic, parang I had a time where I had to reflect on what I've been putting out and if I'm happy with it. And kind of just reflect on me. And parang actually nakakatawa, mga ideas na dinalabas ko now is on our ideas that I've thought about a really long time ago pa. Pero hindi ko lang siya pinapakita kasi it's either I'm too shy or too nervous about it or too embarrassed to show it. Kasi parang my mind works in a really weird way. That's how I felt about it. And I spoke to a friend and parang I reflected that I'm not really me in my work. There's no voice. Like, there's no... Parang, if I were a high school me, will I be happy with what I've been presenting? Parang hindi, kasi hindi siya yung tunay na personality ko. So, I guess, bit the bullet and just did like, oh, I don't care, whatever, let's just try it. And parang, I guess it struck a chord or it communicated something, I hope. So, parang I've just been slowly learning and slowly appreciating getting into that mood. Parang I feel like a high school kid again. And that's like the best feeling ever. Kasi parang when you were in high school or grade school, yung problema mo lang is like, hassle tong subject, I'm gonna study this and that. Pero parang your dreams are like, anything could happen. Like, that's how I felt when I was a kid. I don't know about you, Andy. Like, do you feel like that? Parang nung bata ka, parang, shit, ito gusto ko, yan ang gusto ko, try natin. Ganon
siyang menu lang. Parang try lang.
Pero parang as you grow older, the menu minimizes because you know better. And sometimes knowing better also prevents you from actually doing it because you know the risks involved.
Mas mulat ka na sa...
Tama. Yeah, so parang, as I grew older, the list became smaller on what I can do, which is not right naman. Kasi the list is still the same. The risks are still the same. So it's a matter of, do you want to take it or not? So parang that's what I realized. And I just said, okay, toot it, and then let's just make it because it's been in the back burner for so long. And let's see if they like it, they like it. They don't. As long as ako natuwa ako sa ginawa ko. So,
ang ganda nun. Gusto ko yun.
But it took a while to get to
ganda
that.
Nun.
It took a while to get to that realization. And even until today, ganun pa rin yung proseso.
May feeling ka pa rin na ganun. Like, you still feel it.
I think every creative person has
true
that.
Facts.
Kasi
it never goes away. I think no matter how successful you get, you will always get that feeling.
Have that fear.
No matter who you are.
So I think yung pandemic, I guess, pushed me to just go for it because wala. Dito na tayo, wala naman ginagawa. Try mo na, ganon. So, yeah. But then, with the manner of how, kasi my belief is that I don't think Filipinos and I don't think my consumers or my followers are stupid. I never think that. And I never think that I never agree or subscribe to the idea that low quality work is fine. I don't. So I wanted to see if that theory is true. And with my content, I don't try to dumb down the ideas at all. I think kasi when people say it's relatable content, I guess people think it's more simple-minded, but it's actually a much more difficult process to minimize a big idea into something small. To cut down
without oversimplifying it.
Yes.
Like when we're doing script writing or film, we try to cut the fat as much as possible because it's not that it's so convoluting. It's more of there's a simpler way to get across something in a faster and meaningful way. So parang with my captions or with the work and stuff, I try to still have the idea there, but it's not dumbed down at all. It's just an easier, I guess, easier relation from visual to words to mind. That's how I see it. So I'm happy na the theory is true that our consumers are smart. My followers are smart. The Filipino audience is smart. There's no use to dumb down ideas. There's absolutely no use to lie to them because they'll see through everything. So
and may tiwala ka sa kanila na maintindihan nila.
Oo. So when you try to communicate, parang hindi ko masyado binabobo. Hindi talaga. Parang mas na-appreciate ata nila nun na there's something different. So that's, I guess, what I want to always bring out. Medyo nakakatakot minsan yung images daw, sabi ng tao. Natatakot kasi mga images ko. Parang sabi ng ate, nakakatakot naman to, pero ganda din. Parang ganon. That's the point.
It's striking, no? Kasi mas lalo na-curious yung mga tao, the more parang different yung nilalabas mo. Yes, striking. Yes, striking talaga siya. So, diba?
Find the beauty in the ugly. Because
yes,
I'm sure Andy knows this. I'm sure even better. Like, super gusto ko yung mga photos and super gusto ko yung mga film na kapag may imperfection, sobrang natutuwa ako. Sobra.
May rawness, yeah.
Sobra. Sobrang gusto ko. Kahit yung film, most of the best things you see in film are sometimes ad-libbed. So I like those things a lot.
Mas natural, mas nafe-feel mo.
Minsan na yung mga shots ko na yung in-between, yung alam kong hindi sila aware, yun yung ginagamit ko lagi. Parang
ang ganda, yes.
Diba girl, ang dami kong ganun na parang alam yung mga in-between takes. Yun.
You're very you take shots in between, parang okay, this is how reality ito yung nangyayari pag sa set. Pag ito yung break namin, ganito yung nangyayari pag pagod.
Hindi sila yung naka-clench, naka-pose.
Totoo yan. Kasi you know kasi from post and not post. Parang feeling ko, you as a photographer, train mo yung mata mo to see what's post and what's not post. And I don't know about you, I guess I'll throw the conversation to you guys after this question, is that, hindi ba sa pandemic, since everyone's at home, everyone's online, are you like just bored of seeing the same old crap? Like, it's the same.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the same crap or the same. I can say crap. It's Nickelodeon says that, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So
crap is fine. Crap.
Pork
it.
You know, like
pork.
I've always, even in like, let's say, especially the thing that really gripes me the most is, you know, when people are trying to sell something on Instagram, it's unavoidable, especially if you have a following. And syempre, I understand with some of the influencers na yan talaga puhunan nila. So I try to support kahit papano. But I feel like there's always a way in order to bring out the best in a brand or a product na kakaiba. Like, aren't you sick of, I'm sure.
Nagiging homogeneous na kasi yung content
Yes.
Okay, parang same na lang, parang picture with the product niyan.
Yeah.
Or parang that same minimal lighting.
Oo.
Ganon.
Does that work on if I have, kahit, let's say, idol mo yung person, and then may ganyan siya, bibili mo ba? Kasi ako
hindi. Hindi
ko bibili.
Parang for me, it's so, parang it's not genuine in a way na alam kong binayaran ka para gawin to.
Totoo, may bayad yan Oo, kaya mo ginawa yan. Pilitan ka lang
Makita sponsored post siya. Sponsored post na siya agad. Kasi it doesn't integrate with reality. How you live your life.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes. Totoo yan, Andrea. So, ikaw, how about you? What are your, how do you make statements with your works? No? Maybe you can give us a glimpse then of your creative processes also on that.
Okay, to be fair, wait lang. Kasi feeling ko I'm not as, like, parang hindi as deep in a way yung process ko as Jazz.
No,
Because parang,
iba naman kasi yung sa'yo, kasi photography sa'yo very photography naman sa'yo. Like, iba yung
Yeah.
pagka-art, yung artsy nyo. So, it's no difference in that. But yung pagka-deep, pagka-depth ng work nyo, no? So, sige, let's hear that.
Parang I feel like I don't go into a shoot like thinking na parang ano kayang statement ko dito, ano kayang parang paano ko ba to gagawing female empowerment, blah blah blah. I
Yes.
don't go into, shoots like that. I feel like parang it's so natural lang for me kasi to always feel like it is my job to make the subject feel their most beautiful in that moment.
Yeah. Oh.
In how I'm capturing them. Parang that's always been my number one goal talaga. As in, gets ba? Parang more than being artsy, more than, alam mo yon.
Yeah, I've always wondered nga pag sa photographers then, how do you make the models feel like they're best? Di ba kasi of course, yung mga, they're the ones, sila yung subject mo pero ikaw yung nagda-direct, ikaw yung the one behind the camera. So you're the one who's parang directing them talaga, okay, you should parang better yung post na ganito. But how do you make the subject, the model feel more nga, di ba, yung beautiful? So, that's what I wonder din sa mga photographers like lalo na kasi you can see it through photos, lalo na yung mga photos they give off mga emotions. So how do you do that as a photographer, like ito gawin mo to ganyan?
I think parang for the longest time kasi I've always been interested in beauty and what makes people beautiful, what makes a face beautiful, ganon. Parang it's really my interest in the female body that I feel like gives me a leg up on photographing females, women, diba? Kaya parang I know what, parang kahit hindi kita kilala, feeling ko pag nag-meet tayo, I would know your side. Parang, diba? I would know which, parang diba lahat tayo, ako, ito side ko. Parang alam ko agad.
No, tsaka kasi diba, pag photographer, exactly, yung sabi mo nga, kahit di kita kilala, diba kasi when you're photographing someone, hindi ka comfortable pa So, how do you, diba, you have to have a connection with the one you're taking the photo of, and you're the one who's taking the photo. Diba, parang dapat may little connection para mas makagalaw ng comfortable yung model, the subject. So, diba, parang I think also may relationship kayo deep inside para okay, you have to give it off. Okay, galing din sa'yo siguro as a photographer like parang parang bigayan kayo
I have to make them comfortable and confident. Kasi iba talaga yung stiffness na parang conscious sila na parang okay ba to? Okay ba to? Mukha ba akong ganito? Kitang-kita yon. And I think it's really my job to make them feel relaxed. Like what I was saying kanina, parang yung mga in-betweens, yun yung maganda kasi yun talaga yung relax sila.
Yes.
So I think I always
exactly like here nga parang there, may some photos of Andrea, no? So ito, like we'll just show some of it. Yeah, Paco! Yes. Pero ito, I just wanna show like this Instagram post. I love this. Like, very relatable tong Instagram post ni Andrea. Diba? Like, should I quit social media? It's so toxic and performative. Pero of course, when you feel, diba? Diba? Totoo yan. Yung mga viewers siya, huwag kayo mag-deny, diba? Like, sayang naman kasing pagka-feel mo ng ganda. Diba? So, yung iba pang slides, yung let's show pa the other work of Andrea. Yan, just some photographs lang, sample lang ng mga work ni Andrea. Diba? Let's just go through it. Yan, diba? How do you do that? Yung parang, Gabi, kasi you're the one, I'm sure you're the one who has to give off the,
alam mo, just saying, some of these that you shown are like on lock, gets mo? So parang, wala siyang choice, So I think that's much more difficult than like when it's like all her control. So the second slide that you showed, I think that you can correct me if I'm wrong. That's in a studio, but the first and the last one is on lock. So to create something so beautiful like that, it's really I find it's so hard. Tricky. I don't know how she does it.
Ako sabihin ko lang, yung mga on lock, hindi yung mga studio, yun yung favorite ko.
Kaya
bakit daming problema?
Ang dami ko. Alam mo, photography is problem solving. I always say that.
Oh, no.
Diba?
For sure. I want to hear more about it nga kasi curious. Curious ako doon. Oh, hi! It's a corgi again. It's a clingy baby.
So gigil.
Clingy talaga yung doggy niyo.
Sorry, you were saying.
Yes.
Sorry, na-distract ako sa aso, syempre, di ba? No, but ayun, parang, yun nga, I think really it's my job to make the people feel like they are empowered. So, word of the day.
Yes.
And beautiful. Kasi, hindi talaga lalabas na maganda ka kung hindi mo feel at that moment na maganda ka. Gets ba? Parang I have to bring that GGSS energy on set. Always.
Yes. So, parang kayo hawaan kayo sa set na, okay, ganda-ganda ako. I have to feel it myself. Hawaan tayo dito sa set na GGSS sign lahat, di ba? Parang gano'n na lang yun eh. So, if you have that feeling din, parang, kasi parang nakaka-down if someone feels like parang, oh, today I feel so blah, blah, blah. Parang, di ba? So, hawaan kayo sa set. Parang may ganong feeling, di ba? So, it has to come from someone din para yung buong vibe siguro ng set nyo, yung sa studio or alak nyo, very kayo, hawaan na lang kayo ng energy. So, I thank you for that, Andrea. I like that. You bring the GGSS energy. Bring that GGSS. Tapos kay actually ito pa, yung, especially now, no, you guys, with your work nga, you can also maximize your platform and you can stay creative then when you voice out for things. I actually, before this nga, when I saw your caption nga kay Andrea, nakita ko yung caption ni Andrea when she said yung promotion for this episode, no? Sabi mo, nasa group chat lang to noong una, mga group chats lang to before. Right now, mag-voice out ka na, diba? So, at least now, it's better, right now, it's like, we can really voice out in this episode talaga. Because, that's why my question na, how do you maximize your platform, stay creative when we voice out for things, especially what you care about, no? So, kay Jazz, no? We can really touch on things that you've shared online kasi very witty ka, especially now, really nag-heighten yung mga posts mo, especially nung ngayon sa pandemic. Like, girl, very relatable yung mga content mo and like, friendly to the ear yung mga pinapost mo. Mas nababasa ng mga tao talaga. Like, the way you put out your caption. So, it's so witty. So, we can show some of the samples of kay Jazz, no? Like, yung parang some of her posts sa Instagram niya kay Jazz. Kasi you can really maximize. Show and tell. So parang, yes, let's go, Jazz. Pack! Diba? Parang ito lang yun, diba? Yeah, very creative. So,
yung yan, this one, I did this because that was the day na nagkaroon ng, parang I don't know, there was a leak in the list of people or UP.
May dummy accounts, girl.
Tapos ang daming mga dummy accounts.
Yung Attack of the Clones.
Yes, Attack of the Clones talaga mo.
Sobrang dami. So I was like, okay, this is a fun way to kind of poke at it. But at the same time,
parang subtle, ganon. Pero may power, ganon. Yung pagka-post mo eh.
Kasi, it's usually, I have, like, just the 3 things involved that I try to involve all the time. It's I guess, something that makes you stop scrolling kasi may tao mag-scroll lang, ganun lang. So,
ganyan din ako sa Instagram, ganyan lang, diba? So first, nakakakita ka ng ganyang parang content. Stop!
Para stop lang. I don't even look for the like. I just want you to stop. That's it. Like,
I like that. Stop, look, and listen lang. Ganon.
Yeah, if you comment, that's great. But if you don't, it's okay. But just stop. And then the second is, ano ba talaga yung nangyayari? Make you think about it, whether you agree or you don't. As long as you react to it. And then, last but not least, fashion. Kasi I love fashion. So it has to be fashion at some respect.
Ayan nga, mga samples ganyan. Fashion nga, actually you have another one. Mga fashion mo eh. Marami kang mga fashion.
Yeah, some of them are just more social commentaries and stuff. It's really rooted on feelings though, on feelings that I've been there for a month. The Instagram one, I struck a lot of good conversations also. Yung nakakatuwa sa some of the stuff that I post is actually not the things that you see online, but it's actually the DMs that I get, like trying to actually talk to these people online. I have absolutely no idea where they came from, but then they'll talk and then we'll talk and then we'll try to discuss some ideas, whether it's polarizing or whether it's the same. Pero it went crazy because of this particular one went crazy. And it's funny
This one,
because
lalo na to. Oo.
yeah, I made this in like 5 minutes.
Oh, wow, 5 minutes lang yan? The hashtag Iha ko post, this one. Girl, this really blew up on the internet.
Yeah, I made this in like
Ang galing ng
PowerPoint.
typography though.
Girl,
Oo.
PowerPoint lang yan.
Ang
PowerPoint lang
galing, ang
yan?
galing ah. Uy, gags, ang galing.
Oo. Ang galing doon
Ang
ha.
galing
No, kasi, especially, I like how you touched on that thing nga. Especially when the whole Iha ako movement really, came up sa nangyari nung June, nung nag-spark yun, di ba? Very nice na you got to make it really creative in a way na people really nakapag-voice out talaga yung mga tao na parang they kept sharing that photo on Instagram. Na parang, parang they like share, relate, parang, oh my God, preach jazz, mga ganun eh. So parang, very nice yung the way you brought it up, no? So maybe we can like talk about it a little nga din, you guys. So what do you, what do you guys think about that, no? Yung the whole like dressing up sa mga,
Same kami ni Andy, same kaming tao. So,
Pako po. I wanna hear about that. Diba? Girl, so I just hate it.
So,
like, diba?
May nakasync up ba na?
Nung
same kami. Like, me and Andy, when we see each other sa events or whatever, I mean, what she
Same
wears,
issues.
I love.
I saw nga yung, may isang post nga si Andrea nga yun, sa Instagram, yung girl, naka-side boob ka lang nun ha, parang diba? Parang,
Instagram
girl,
down.
My gosh!
Instagram took it down.
Diba? Ano naman sa Diba?
May mas worse ako.
Galit sa nipples, guys. Everyone has them. Bakit pag lalaki okay lang?
Girl, may mas worse ako kasi fully clothed ako. Nude lang yung kulay ng sweater ko at nude lang ang kulay ng aking dress, yung skirt na mahaba. Wala nakikita any skin ha. Na-delete.
And
Tapos
then?
na-report.
What?
Report ka dahil lang skin ko.
Tsaka
My question when that happens ba on IG? Does someone report it? Is someone reporting them or is IG like someone reports them?
Or si IG someone reports it ata. Kaya I don't think like IG cares naman, diba? At someone has to initiate it ata diba? Para to have it taken down. So I just diba? What do you guys can say about that? Like
I think ako kasi personally I'm very vocal about this issue. I'm very open.
Yes, we love that about you.
I'm Aquarian.
I'm
Aquarian.
I'm no filter.
So gusto kong nakakaiba and I appreciate all forms and I hate people who are being prejudiced. So when I see something na like that, talaga na-affect yung whole day ko. Na-affect yung whole mood ko. As in, personally na-affect talaga ako. Even though it's not to me personally. Like, it's funny because, I guess it's from growing up from an all-girls na Catholic school, tapos, lumalawak yung mundo. Yes.
Same then. Ayan, oh my gosh, we're all girls school. Ayan, we can all relate to this.
It's not like, I think it's more of, my personal experience is, sa sobrang closed ka, so sa sobrang hindi ka pinapakita sa mundo, now once I was let go from that high school atmosphere, that bubble, ang dami ko palang na-miss out, ang dami kong things I'm so naive
oh my gosh
that I really hated, kasi parang there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I've slowly came to realize there's nothing wrong with this and that. There's nothing wrong with talking about certain issues as well. And actually, feeling ko mas fruitful yung buhay ko because of it. Not because, porket hubadera ka lang, parang hindi, it's not that eh. It's not about that.
Totoo yan.
And also, it's about self-expression. At the same time, I just truly believe that, especially in that issue, particularly that issue about like what you dress, how you dress invites certain things or certain
yes
thoughts. I don't agree to it in a sense na if there are communities out there that are fully clothed and mata lang yung kita and they still have to undergo those things. So parang how can you explain that? Like they're actually in the
Oo.
opposite side of the spectrum, but those things still happen. Rape still happens, abuse still happens. So
Yeah.
your argument about clothing pieces is talagang wale. And I think since
Invalid.
Andy is also a purveyor of fashion, we see fashion as not just a fabric or anything. It's history, it's culture, it's art, it's politics. That's how
Yeah.
I see it. It's
Politics.
not fashion. Yeah, because it's easy
Yan.
to
Yes.
throw fashion into a bin where pang Devil Wears Prada lang, gets mo? But it's not. It's
Oo.
so much more than that. If you really watch Devil Wears Prada, they explain a certain belt or a certain color in
Oo.
such a
True
rich
yan.
history. And
Yes.
that's what we try to that's what we try to, I guess, expound on. And that's what I try to expound on also, hindi lang sa post ko but sa stories ko, na I try to always talk about fashion, na it's not just about a fabric, it's not just about a logo. The smartest people I've ever met are in fashion. And it's intimidating at some point, but I want to try to not make it as intimidating because everyone is welcome in this conversation.
Yun.
I feel like we've passed the point na rin of fashion being so exclusive. Gets ba? Parang it's
Yeah.
not parang what fashion is not limited to being on the runway. Gets ba?
Yeah.
Parang it's not
Yeah,
just that na lang
I
anymore.
agree. I
It's-
think right now,
we live it
mas
eh.
interesting pa yung fashion na hindi puro tatak, hindi puro brand.
Yan.
Mas
Oo.
mas nagugustuhan ko yung fashion moving into sustainability, fashion
Exactly.
moving into
Yung may
co-creation.
story, yung may kwenta, yung may ganun, yung may substance talaga. So okay, you were saying Andrea kanina, parang na fashion is not, it's not very exclusive anymore. Yeah, fashion will always be politics. Totoo, included na din politics na yun sa fashion eh. It's
Everything.
Oo, lahat na. Totoo yan,
Everything
diba?
is politicized. Everything is
That's so true.
within a context. Diba?
That's so
we
true.
don't live in a
Lahat. Exactly. So kayo guys, what are some challenges of being a woman? Especially kayo sa creative fields nyo, no? Like,
What are challenges of not being a woman? I think that's the question.
that's easy. Totoo. Actually, mas madaling sagutin ata yung what are challenges of not being a woman. But yeah, like,
Ito,
diba? Kasi you tend to
how
get
must it feel,
compared.
right?
Lalo na, let's say, kay Andrea, being a photographer, like, parang, especially, like, let's say, kunyari, let's say the situation is like, in this set, dapat mas, yung peg natin is dapat masculine, baka di mo kaya kasi babae. Yung mga ganun, kasi, like, there's always this reason na babae ka kasi eh. May mga ganun reason minsan eh. Like, you know how people use that as a reason to reject you, to put you down, to just let you down, no? Babae ka kasi. Like, that's just one of the challenges, like, of being, like, a woman too, like, of the many challenges. So, kayo guys, how can you say what experiences you a challenge of being, a girl, a lady, a woman in your work or daily life?
I always get asked this, but parang I feel like as a photographer naman, wala naman akong sobrang parang discrimination against me because I'm a woman.
Yes.
Not so much,
Yes.
but there are some instances na halimbawa, bumibili ako ng equipment. I can forget. Parang may time na bumibili ako sa Henry's Professional sa
Anong brand?
Trinoma.
Ang brand siya.
Trinoma.
She dropped it. So, Henry,
Pero kasi, complete sila.
Ha?
Dr. Henry,
Sila.
sa Henry.
Kompleto kasi sila.
Ano nangyari?
Tapos bumibili ako ng lente, I think. At basta, bumibili ako equipment. And then, parang, so I was with my boyfriend then. And then we came in. And then, parang, as in, sabi ko, ako na yung nagsasalita na parang, kuya, meron ba kayong ganito? Meron ba kayong ganyan? Meron ba kayong ganitong ilaw? Tapos, ang kinakausap nila, yung boyfriend ko nun.
Ha?
Ganon. Ikaw
Yes, ba? Parang,
Oo.
Parang dito ka.
Pwede ka ba na?
No. Tapos ikaw,
Oo. Oo, parang nag-a-assume agad sila na siya yung photographer. Kasi parang
yes.
naka-floral dress ata ako nun or something, or whatever.
Yeah.
Parang lagi, ewan ko, lagi kong nakukuha yun. Parang minsan may times talaga na I don't really like shopping for equipment. Because I feel, parang hindi ko alam kung pinapangunahan ko lang ba. But I feel like sometimes, baka hindi sila maniwala na ako talaga yung photographer kasi ganito yung itsura ko.
Yes.
Gets ba? Ewan ko kung ako lang yun parang, ewan ko, that always happens.
Lots of people can probably relate to you, no? Like when you brought that up. Kasi, totoo, like, nga, parang just because like, I don't look like I can carry the equipment. Yung ganun, I don't think ako yung mukhang, yung mga
Parang hindi na ako naka-black t-shirt saka, alam mo yun, naka-cargo.
Di ako mukhang parang, siga na kaya ko itong buhatin. Gano'n.
Alam mo yun,
Naka-dress ka lang dahil ganun, di ba?
Oo, I just feel like, parang minsan, I feel like I would have been treated differently if I was a man.
Yes. If I were a boy.
I
Ganon.
And I get that, and that sucks that people have that experience. Pero for in my case, especially let's say in filmmaking rare ang women. We all know that. It's obvious na. Pero when it comes to coming into work, parang I never, kasi the question is what are difficulties in my field as a woman, like ganon. Parang ako naman, I come in thinking feminism. So genderless dapat. There should be no one's higher than me. No one can have more benefits than me because we're equal. So I always come into a project. I always come into everything knowing and kind of sort of demanding everything to be equal. And that doesn't only mean through sex, but that also means through your job. So in a film crew kasi, you have so many moving parts. And every single person in that team, I always try to always assume that everybody and that this is me. That I guess it's my philosophy that every single person is super, super, super important because I cannot complete my job without them. So
yes.
So especially in like a creative environment, ang dami mong kailangan to lean on. So there's absolutely nothing you can gain from treating them differently just because of their sex, just because of their role. So that's always what's in my head. Because if I don't want to be treated that way, I'm not going to treat them that way. So I always come into the project thinking that
everyone is equally important.
Equal talaga.
Hindi pinag-isipan ng gender eh. So I think that's what should happen. Hindi ba na if we want women empowerment or feminism to happen, shouldn't your mentality also be, hindi yan yung issue ko dapat. Dapat yung issue is, let's finish the work, let's do this work well, let's all work together as a team. We're all equals as a team. And it goes with gender and everything. But I guess I'll only think about it if it's like, if I see it happening, and if I caught it right then and there, I'm probably somebody that you don't want to mess with. If I catch you in the act. Because hindi ako mag-shut up. hindi ko siya iiwan.
Lalaban ka talaga. Lalaban.
That's me. So, I guess, hindi ko siya na-experience as much is because wala pa naman ako masyadong naaaway. But I guess, coming into something with the energy, knowing that everybody is equal, whether sex or whether it's your job description, parang nagkakaroon ng environment of it not happening. That's how I feel. Parang,
that's nice.
Parang like, syempre, I work with a lot of men. I work with so much men. And they're all from different walks of life. But when we come into a project, na sinasabi ko, I trust you in what you do. I trust your vision. That's why you're here in this team. Let's all work together. Parang wala yung issue na babae ka lang, I won't listen to you. I've never had that issue, thankfully. And I think it also helps with parang knowing how to communicate better. And I guess coming in, kasi parang, I don't know if a woman na yan yung iniisip mo parati na you're gonna be put down, I think you exude that personality.
Yes naman, yeah.
So parang you welcome that idea to be treated that way. Parang ganon.
Oo,
That's what you're trying to say, diba?
Hindi naman sa super welcome mo yung idea. Syempre, you don't wanna have it.
Wrong
Pero,
word, parang
parang the person you're talking to or the person that you're dealing with will probably see it through non-verbal communication that
yes,
this is someone
ayun,
that you take advantage of. So,
yes.
I feel like if we're really, maybe, I don't want to say that it's being naive about it. It's not that. It's parang, I guess being aware that if it does happen, you know what to do. But try to give naman men the benefit of the doubt that they're on our team, they're on our side, and I feel like they can prove us wrong. And if they show na they're not as, I guess, advanced, it's also your job to be patient, to tell them that, hey, what you did is actually not okay. I don't really like that, but maybe we could talk about it, or maybe we could fix it. Gets mo? Parang that's also our job as someone who has quality, to be patient with these people. And I think that's one thing.
I think lalo na with our friends.
Parang, I'm sure, like, there's been issues recently, and I think the more political or the more political my posts get, the more I'm learning to know how to listen to the other side. That's my initial reaction, and not, away. Kasi marami na kapag issue political, fists up kagad eh. Pero wala na nangyayari sa away. So usually, I just try to listen. It's this is the
that's nice. Yes.
Rather than this one. Kasi kapag ganyan ka, parang I read, arguments online and stuff, mga Twitter chats, ganon. It's usually very angsty.
Puro away, yes.
Yeah, but the more worth it na basahin is when someone or both sides go, okay, I'm listening, and then agree to disagree at the end, but good insight. Parang ganon. So it's both of the sides' job to do that instead of
I like that. Hindi lang yun siya parang you should just listen to me. So parang I like how you're open to be open to the other side talaga. Because that's also in relation to all issues naman talaga, even with the whole like men, women, ito yung sa politika, na parang you have to listen to what they have to say kasi that's how we're gonna have to agree on things. Or not agree on things, but understand, diba? Parang that's how we're gonna understand.
Girl, yung sa damit na yan, yung sa iha ko, there was a guy who commented na parang, I don't agree with this post na your clothes, blah, 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 blah. Super angsty siya. So I said, he's mad about something. I wonder why. Because usually when you're so invigorated about a topic, it's leading, or it's the cause is something that you've experienced that was bad. So I wanted to find out what that bad thing was. So I tried to lure it out of him. And I finally lured it out of him. And the reason why he, I guess, feels that way, he said that he himself was molested by a member or something. And I was like, okay, that's why.
So may hugot, parang hugot. May parang may karga.
Exactly. So parang I was like, first off, differences aside, I'm really sorry that happened to you. Pero, there's a reason why, like, I feel this way about this. And now me knowing your reason, maybe you want to talk to someone about it. But I really, hindi ko na siya inaway. Parang, sinabi ko na, maybe you want to unpack that first. And then maybe deal with this, argument in the future. Ganon. So, it's good to listen because you realize na we're all the same. It's because of these certain circumstances that makes us for or against something. And mas may
exactly, and it's nice because when you do that, you have a conversation. When you ask questions, dapat may sagot talaga. Hindi lang yung parang kasi may mga arguments minsan parang magtanong ka tapos biglang iniwan ka na lang sa ere eh. So parang nagiging one-sided na yung conversation. Parang wala pala siyang masagot. Okay, sorry, Aliya. Yes.
Like, parang it is also na parang kung if we're gonna have a conversation, I feel like hindi lang sa dapat may sagot ka agad, but more of makinig ka din.
Makinig
sa yun, parang I feel like that's the most important thing, like listening talaga.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that from both of
sometimes
you.
people listen and just dismiss everything. So yeah, I don't know.
True.
Like, I don't know why, but maybe because my personality is quite strong when I guess I enter any negotiation, I enter any room. So parang I don't allow any sort of injustice to actually even come to the doorstep of my home or to my presence. Kasi parang I will not go for that. So I guess that's why hindi ko masyado siyang na-encounter, or maybe mas brusco akong babae when you talk to me. I look maarte but mas, I guess, mas chill or whatever. Or taray face ko. Hindi ko alam. Baka mataray yung face ko. Hindi ako inaabot.
Mataray naman talaga yung face mo. Mataray naman talaga yung face.
Tapos jeje pala.
Totoo. Sabi mga comments dito, educate. Yes. Winning the argument. See, greater than the argument. Totoo yan. I don't mind not winning the argument. I just want to educate. You just want to inform people. Like, ayoko yung parang, like, I like that. Parang you brought up this topic kayo dalawa, Andrea and Jazz, na you brought up na it's more important to educate, to inform people rather than, being, I want to win. I want to be listened. I want to be, not naman listen. I want to be, ako yung mananalo talaga. Kailangan makinig lang kayo. Just educate people. Makinig lang.
Huwag ka na makipag-usap para lang may maisagot ka.
Oo, may sagot yung mema.
Diba?
Huwag ka naman yung mema.
Oo.
So, yeah. That's nice. Ayan, so let's look at some comments who have been watching it. Really appreciate the mga comments natin dito ng mga nanonood. So we have here Rizalyn Laksamana, love it, girl power.
Ayan,
and we also yes, we have comments here. And we also have Rizalyn, Aprilyn Freehas, pa-shoutout for TGM team. Hi, TGM team. And we also have Steven Samson. And lots of comments here. We have Regina Padilla Justo. And Chaskalim, hi, my friend Chalim. Kayo guys, mga friends, you're here watching. Also, we have Carmel. We have Carms here watching. Also, I saw her comment kanina and also Cha and a few people here. June Bugia, ayan, to Norma. So, Isa, favorite content creators daw kayo. Ayan, cute naman. And I feel like Andrea has a sixth sense about making people look good. Amazing work. My favorite photographer.
That's
from Iggy. Yeah, cute naman. I love that. Girl, ang ganda tagal ang paglabas ng photos mo, as in, parang talagang gagawin ng Andrea. Kasi iba yung style mo, Andrea. It's very, I saw, parang your style is hyper feminism. Yung very, yung style, aesthetic mo, diba? It's, iba siya sa other photos Unique
I like the, parang, bringing out the softness and, women, people.
I think what's the best, parang, I think you achieved a certain thing as a photographer is if I look at a bunch of photos and I just know it's Andrea's. Like, halata.
Yung may ganun
That's hard to achieve. That's the hardest
Like
thing.
a compliment for me.
That's true. Like, if you just give me a slew of photos, I would know na, si Andrea. Or
kanina kay Andrea dito.
Yes, like if, influencers go to events and stuff, I already know, si Andy nag-take ng sa event na
Thank you.
Because and that's
Thank
hard.
you so
That's
much.
so difficult to create that, to be so
Because
consistent.
photos can look similar. Photos look so, like, super the same. Pero iba yung pagka, naiiba mo sa iba, naiiba mo Parang that's why it's so nice, ang galing ng pagka, product mo talaga. It's really
It's really my goal na kahit walang watermark, alam mong, I don't need a watermark. Like, the photo itself is my
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's amazing about it. Talaga, you don't have to put a mark about it na, hey, by Andrea to, blah, blah, blah. Yung photo by Andrea Beldua. Diba? Hindi na kailangan ng ganun. Parang the image can like speak for you na, in behalf of you na. Hey, it's by photo by me. So, amazing work kayo sa inyo, Andrea. Like, really good work talaga.
Andy, I wanna ask you a question. Ako na natatanong. No, I'm just
go. Sige, go lang. You can ask.
Nakashoot ka na ba sa quarantine? And how has the events affected you? Nakashoot ka na ba sa quarantine?
Wait, ulit.
Nakashoot ka na ba sa quarantine? And then how has, no events helped or,
oh my God.
you?
Oo nga.
Diba sabi ko kanina, medyo hindi rin ako sobrang okay this quarantine. I think it's because of the lack of work talaga. Sobrang naapektuhan lahat ng freelancers talaga na kilala ko.
Oo.
Kasi dati I used to have like what? Two shoots a week, 2 to 3 shoots a week. Now, parang hello, I only had 2 shoots this whole quarantine na, as in, on set ha. And may isang ad shoot ako na can I just say, guys, sobrang hirap with a big set. Like with a big team. Ang hirap gumalaw. And
kasi of course, diba,
the event.
Mga PPE, paano yun? Oo nga, paano kayo nag-adjust?
Oo.
Diba?
Saka may certain tension talaga na parang lahat ng tao praning on set. Ang hirap nung ganong environment. Ang sobrang hirap talaga.
When things have to be relaxed, like especially in a shoot, things have to be relaxed or else you won't get the shot.
Yes, exactly. Yung vibe niya iba na eh.
Saka parang natatakot ba to?
I have a curious question
parang,
also. Naging uso this quarantine yung FaceTime photo shoot. Ano yun? Paano, how do you take that? Ano yun? Paano ba yun? FaceTime photo shoot. Oo.
I've never had one.
I just want to bring it up kasi nag-uso siya eh. Like, you're a photographer, so I want to hear it from you. So, you never had one? Kasi I'm so curious about that. Hindi mo siya feel?
I also wanna know.
I can only count who probably did it okay, but more often than not, hindi ko siya feel. Like,
hindi mo siya feel.
If it wasn't your aesthetic before, it just doesn't work.
Wag mo i-push, ganon. Parang, yun na lang, oo. Na-curious lang ako eh.
Hindi ako, if someone asked me, if a client asked me to do a FaceTime shoot, parang I don't wanna do it. Parang I feel like it's not gonna
kasi wala kang control sa materials mo and the light. I mean, you can suggest, but if the person doesn't have the material, iba din. Tsaka iba din yung panghawak ng cam. Tapos, like Andy said na, gusto niya yung mga moments na hindi pose. Ang hirap. Paano mo to-trigger yung camera na makuha something authentic?
Exactly.
Hawak lang ko. Tapos parang usog ka dito. Parang, ganun ba? Wait, I legitimately don't understand. Like, I wanna know.
That's why it didn't last. Like, the trend died.
Oo, naging trend siya eh. Parang nag-spark siya ng mga April to May. Ganon.
Parang I still see
I don't know. I haven't been seeing it.
Hindi na. Parang for me, I don't see it na rin eh. So, nawala sa feed mo kasi di mo siya gusto.
Hindi ko siya nakikita. So, parang ganon. Because I'm very meticulous on what I see on Instagram. Because if I don't necessarily find anything that I could benefit from it, I usually mute or I don't follow because it's not against the person or anything. It's just I want to have a very good mindset in a platform where I'm at for like 2-3 hours, 4 hours a day. Parang if I'm there already in a platform and I believe it's a good platform, but it's only a bad platform if you are not using it correctly or or you're not thoughtful about how you use it. I think you have to be thoughtful on how you use it. Kasi parang Instagram has become a shopping channel. I think.
Yeah, totoo yan. Yes. Naging siya. Parang people started to advertise like everything on Instagram. Eh. Kaya,
exactly. And it's easy to shop. But then, I feel like there are gems on Instagram. Pero kailangan mo maging to be a mindful user, a thoughtful user in order to unlock that type of Instagram. At possible talaga. Possible talaga.
Possible! It is!
Mahirap lang kasi syempre, kapag nakikita mo si Heart, tapos yung mga bags or mga artists or these people like Kylie Jenner with like all the trips and stuff, and then you linger at the photo, kahit you don't like the photo, you're still gonna be fed that on Instagram. So you have to be very, very careful on how you use SOCMED.
SOCMED.
The mute button exists. And it has been
thank you, mute button. You're still friends with the people na you don't want to see in the feed. Parang thank you, mute button.
Sobrang big help po siya sa mental health ko.
Totoo.
Diba?
Ayan, we have comment here from Selena. May question sa 7. Sabi, spending time on social media affects our mindset, so it's important to be mindful in who we follow. That's so, kaya what Jan said talaga. Totoo yan.
Sobrang agree. Sobrang agree.
Yes. So, ayan. So, thank you both of you, taga. Inspiring, personal experiences and mindsets, as well as yung mga advice, how to keep empowering one another, not just women, but one another in our own little or big ways. So, now we can transition to how you manage your everyday routines, and your hustles. Kasi you guys look so fresh, you guys look so pa rin. I'm sure dahil natin pinagdaanan, pero you guys are able to manage. Look at mo, kay Aliya, very pink hair, kay Jazz, yung ashy hair niya. Pero you guys look so good pa rin. So, I want to know, how do you guys, ano ba yung mga personal self-care routine nyo? Ano ba yung, ayaw mo na, chikahan lang tayo. Chismasa ako dito. Ano bang personal self-care routine nyo? I want to know.
Andy, ikaw.
Ikaw, ano sa'yo, Andy? Ano bang mga self-care routine mo? What do you do? Ano mga products? Ganun.
Self-care routine. Well, my biggest self-care routine right now is making coffee. Honestly, more than anything, I think yun yung pinaka-important right now sa everyday ko. Parang minsan guys, legit parang bumabangon ako para magkape. Gets ba?
Oo. Yun yung self, parang, yun yung parang, okay, I want to feel good. So, kape, yun yung bangon mo. Bangon ka for kape.
And the act of making my cold brew, parang it's so relaxing talaga for me. And parang, alam mo yun, may ginagawa ako. It just feels like, diba kasi, the process of making a cold brew is that you steep the grounds for 24 hours, and the act of grinding the beans, putting the water in, making sure lahat sila soaked para even yung extraction. Parang there's something about that process that really calms me, and na parang the fact na I can look forward to having it the next day. Parang there is na parang may rason pa para bumangon. Gets ba?
Gets ko yan! Gets ko yan! Like, parang the next day, I'm looking forward to, may kape ako tomorrow. O nga pala, may pinipare ako kanina, tapos bukas babangon ako for kape. Ayan, ito yung kagabi pinipare ko. Gets ko yan! Girl, di yan ba mababaw? Super gets.
Ang ganda
yung mga ganong little things.
Ang ganda ng routine ng self-care na hindi, about putting actual products sa skin.
Oo, kasi daming mga, oo.
That's self-care. That's a self-care na, I guess it's not just
authentic.
It's emotional as well as nourishing at the same time. So,
kasi it just meant to be mindful. Alam mo yon?
Yes.
Parang I'm mindful. Ganito lang karami yung ilalagay ko. Yung parang bawat detail.
Yeah, because we're so used to hearing din naman yung mga self-care routine na
put thought to it.
Parang the product,
diba?
Gets.
So, kaya ikaw, Jazz, how's your self-care routine? If you had to, explain how you do self-care.
Kasi I have a morning show for radio every morning. So,
yes.
I wake up 5:30, mga ganon. Maaga talaga ako. So, coffee
morning
is like
person
number one talaga. Like, na-excite din ako sa, oh my God, what brew will I brew today? Parang ganon. So, I super totally get Andy in that. By the way, Andy, you have to try Lion Coffee. Ang sarap niya. Yung vanilla macadamia. As in hands down.
Ayan, may siya. Noted yan.
Sarap nun. So, yung self-care. But then, also, trying to exercise kahit like, not just lying down, or sitting down the whole day. That's one form of self-care na, not talking about, skin. Kasi, our skincare regimen naman, depende naman sa what okay sa face mo eh. So, I don't really delve into that or divulge into that kasi parang iba-iba naman tayo eh. Pero, I do agree with Andy na i-highlight mo yung self-care na something to deal with your emotional mood, something to do with your mind. I know some people use a mindfulness app or a relaxation app that really helps. My mom is Buddhist, so she really subscribes to meditation and she subscribes to, karma and stuff like that. So, nahawa ko dun sa that type of mentality na sometimes I think, oh, today what charitable act can I do? Like, kahit super small lang. Something like that. Kasi parang bumabalik yung karma. So, at nafe-feel ko din. So, you know, being mindful about, okay, today I want to post a photo or I want to go on social media, but how do I feel? If I feel na I'm pressured, if I feel na napapaning ako, parang stop ako at I'll leave it first. Kasi parang it's not good. But I don't feel good about that. So I'll just leave it, and then that's me practicing self-care.
Self-care. I like that. These are the unusual ways of explaining self-care routine. Kasi we're so, parang nasawa na rin tayo sa mga, okay, in the morning, I do like, ito yung moisturizer ko, or roller, jade roller, diba? Parang nakasawa na. I mean, there are times like, it's nice to hear then, pero ito yung, minsan, we have to hear yung totoo talaga. Guys, ito yung pinagdadaanan ko. Like, yung kape. Ito nga, yung kape, I feel good na talaga eh. Yung kay Jazz, diba? Yung ganun, little things talaga. I like that. Si kay Jazz, I don't feel well sa social media. I'm not gonna post it. Whatever, I'm not gonna post it. But self-care. Little things like that, we have to hear these things kasi we're so sawa na of mga yung usual na I do yoga in the morning, parang yung 6 a.m. Mga ganun, diba?
Which is we're not saying it's bad.
We're saying it's bad. Pero like, yes, pero like yung parang it's nice to hear then yung parang the unusual, yung parang people that they don't really say in public, because like people we do yoga in the morning. I'm sure you do like yung mga exercise, because it's important especially now to really keep your good health. Pero maganda yung sinasabi nga ninyo na we have to also share yung parang the side of the whole self-care that touches the emotions, your mental state of yourself.
I think now diba? More than ever, mas na-focus natin yan eh. Kasi we're in a pandemic. You can't forget we're all in a pandemic. So, nakakalimutan kasi ilan months na tayo. Shout out government. Pero nakakalimutan.
Pa-shout out sa government.
Nasasanay tayo eh. Kasi wala tayong choice. Nasasanay tayo.
That's so true.
Nakakalimutan na it's so important to listen to if you're feeling bad and to say that it's so valid, and you have to try to fix it or try to listen to it at the minute.
Yeah, ang hirap lang din kasi before, halimbawa, if we're in a rut, parang may simulat ng halid mo, tara po, tara inom, tara kape tayo, sleep over.
Oo.
Parang may certain way of escaping tayo, but now we're literally stuck with ourselves. We can't get out. Totoo. We can't get out of here.
Totoo.
Diba? It's just
nakakamiss yun.
Diba?
Kaya nga, it's we all have ourselves na lang to lean on din. Like parang at the end of the day, ikaw lang kasama mo is ikaw ikaw yung you have to be there for yourself. Then so important talaga yung self-care mo talaga for yourself, na what really works for you. What really talaga yung nagta-touch sa mind mo, sa emotions mo, sa mental state mo. You have to do it kasi ikaw lang kahit sa bahay mo, you're with your family, but pag sa kwarto mo ikaw lang mag-isa. Diba? You're doing like, sa laptop mo ikaw lang mag-isa. All these thoughts like they come in. So you have to do things that
make your mind a livable home.
Yes. Oh my gosh, make your mind a livable home. Quoting that.
That's my goal. Because sometimes you just wanna get out of
your mind. Parang ang daming nangyayari sa head. I like that.
Yeah.
So thank you so much you guys for sharing your tips. So ito tayo sa next part na. Ito na yung parang the classic show ender namin dito sa Beauty in a Box. Ang Spill the Tea game. Though sabi ko nga sa kanila nung nag-test broadcast, mga viewers na I told them medyo, don't worry, it's PG. But sabi nila wala kaming pake kung PG or not PG. Kung PG man yan o hindi. No, but that's super chill lang naman. Yung Spill the Tea is like a few questions and you can answer it or not. Up to you, but sagot ka lang or girl, go lang. Okay, so ito yung question. Sige, go lang. Sige. I'll start with Andrea. Okay, so what's your biggest pet peeve pagdating sa client or models pagdating sa mga shoots? Biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? Oh my God. Wait, sobrang specific nito, pero yung magsisend ako ng download. Magsisend ako ng download link sa client client, WeTransfer kasi usually ginagawa ko. Tapos hindi nila ida-download. Tapos mag-expire yung
Tapos
link.
expire.
Tapos hihingin nila ulit sa akin. Tapos yung minadali ko siyang i-edit eh. Alam mo yun? Minadali siyang i-edit. Tapos sinend ko agad sa'yo. Tapos di mo din-download. Tapos hihingin mo sa akin ulit yung link. So, i-re-upload ko siya. Get mo ba yun?
Sa effort mo.
Download mo na kaagad.
Di ba?
Download agad ha, pag WeTransfer mo, may expiry. Sa'yo, Jazz,
Oo.
what's your biggest pet peeve pagdating sa mga gigs or mga ganon, mga gigs mo?
Iba-iba.
Biggest
Kasi
pet
dami
peeve.
kong trabaho. For example,
Oo.
hosting.
Oo.
Naiinis ako. Pet peeve ako kapag parang ang aga ng call ko, pero alam ko na wala naman ako gagawa.
Ay, ako, may 1 hour ganon, 1 hour. May mga ganon eh.
I understand in the production team's perspective kasi some of the production team, hindi ka kilala. So, hindi nila alam anong galawan mo. So, they want you early para, you know, don't have you in their head, which I get.
Yes.
Pero sana naman they understand na if you're getting me, I've been in the business for so long, na tiwala ka na I'll be there an hour before and I'll be 120 or 150%, 200% like ready. Ganon.
On time, yes.
Kapag sa filmmaking naman or directing, yung pinaka hindi ko feel is kapag super nitpicky ang client.
Ay, oo.
Relate din dyan si Andrea. Relate din dyan.
Pag parang, nakaganyan sila talaga.
Parang, gusto mo ikaw na mag-direct? Okay lang.
Oo, di ba? Parang, ito yung camera, ikaw na.
Trabaho mo yan eh.
Lang ako. Parang walang tiwala. So,
Galing mo eh.
Maybe you need more experience for somebody. But I'm sure even the biggest names have this problem. And I get it. I've been both client and creator side. So gets ko, it's usually out of kabalang ng mismong client or agency. So I think what I always try to remember is I try to reassure them. As long as they're reassured, as long as, mas kalma sila, mas lax na sila. So if there's someone very picky, I go to them and I explain, ganito siya dahil ganito. I mean, we can do what you want, pero sana naman you understand na bakit ito yung motivation ko. At may middle ground naman. Pero syempre, pet peeve pa rin.
Pet peeve talaga yun eh.
Magtiwala ka naman, please. Kaya
Tiwala.
Totoo.
Ayan.
Bakit mo ako
So
kinuha,
next
diba?
Oo nga. Totoo yan. Ba't mo kinuha? If you're gonna, hindi mo pala trip.
Kung kaya mo pala, ba't ka pa kumuha ng ibang gagawa niyo para sa'yo?
That's why whenever I have a team that I have to work with, research talaga. Tapos, usually, dapat, the reason why you get them is because of their experience.
Yes.
Your production of your work is so much faster kasi swak kayo. Kesa sa sobrang, let's say, sobrang kinuha mo lang siya sa pangalan niya. Tapos, hindi naman kayo swak ng idea. Walang kwenta din yun.
Iba yung style na hihingin mo.
Magka-clash lang.
Exactly. And in like a film, atmosphere, ang daming moving parts. So, from cinematographer to producer to even kahit yung catering mo, as in, importante yung catering eh. Kasi, sana
totoo yan. Pag masarap yung food sa set, good vibes talaga.
Yes! Mas na-e-end.
Alam mo yun?
Kapag masarap ang pagkain sa set. So, every single part is so important na when I pick someone, tiwala na they'll show up and they'll provide 120% as much as I will do that for them. Parang ganun na lang. So,
yes. Yan lang ang pet peeve.
Nakakatawa yung WeTransfer.
Gusto ko yung specific yung WeTransfer eh. So, ayan. Next question. Pet peeve. Next question is, what have you given up for love? Kayo. What have you given up for love? Oh. Ay?
Tulog.
Tulog. Si Aliya tulog. Ikaw, Jazz, ano sa'yo?
What have I given up for? Actually, if hindi romantic, let's say for my parents especially, lahat, anything
You'll
anything
give up
na kailangan,
anything. Kailangan.
anything they need. If they
Wow.
need something, I will give up something for them. Parang yan yung natuto ko from the late last year to early this year. Parang may issues sa family. So that's what I've learned. Na parang I was willing and parang walang second guess. Walang parang, shit, walang hinayan.
Basta sa pamilya,
Ano
game.
kailangan ko? Go.
Oo. Basta sa pamilya, automatic. I like that. Automatic. Next question is, what is the sexiest thing about yourself? Like, if you have this, ano ba yung sexiest thing about yourself?
My hands.
My hands.
Oh, like,
Ay, bakit? Bakit sa hands, Anya? Bakit sa hands? Anong meron sa hands?
wala lang. I feel
like
like
that. I like that.
My favorite body part talaga are my hands. Like,
I like that. Very rare, ha? People to say
okay,
that.
wala-
Yung hand.
yeah, I feel like my hands. Parang, I don't know.
Yung
Kaya
hands
if you look
sa'yo.
at my IG, ang dami kong hand pics. I don't know.
Para ka, show off the hands. I like that.
Gamitin ko
Ikaw,
yung kamay mo sa shoot, Andy.
Ano.
Balik ka pa.
In the future, hand model ka.
Hand model ka na.
Uy, guys, shout out sa lahat ng nanonood.
Yala. You can use her hand na, ha, pag may mga sing-sing, ganon. Mga
Sure na
sing-sing.
yan. Sure.
Sure. Ikaw, Jazz, what's the sexiest thing about yourself?
Shocks, di ko alam. Maybe
Anong unang naisip mo when you heard that question?
more of my mind. Like I find it sexy na weird yung mind ko. But if you don't
I like-
find it, I mean, kebs ka lang to the world. Hindi mo ako type. Pero I
Oo.
find it, that one.
Oo. Baka, diba? Bahala, kebs lang. Kebs lang. This one, fill in the blank. I am a blank woman. Go, Andrea. I am a blank woman.
Pwede bang si Jazz muna?
Pressure siya. I am blank woman. Ikaw, Jazz, sige.
I am a shocks.
Ang hirap, di ba?
Oo, actually, mahirap siyang sagutin. But like, ano yung una mo na lang
Hindi ba, parang I think the sentence is good as it like it's I am a blank woman. As in,
I am a woman.
A woman. Parang I'd rather have it
I
as
am a woman.
it is. Na,
Sa'yo, is as it is na. Sa'yo,
Yeah, parang
you don't
I
have to
can
fill it in.
yeah, I could fill it in many different ways. So parang you shouldn't just define me as a blank or as a one woman. I think I'm iba eh. So
I like that answer.
answer.
Oy, ganda ng answer ni Jazz. I like that. I don't have to fill it in. I like that.
No.
Ganda
Parang,
ng answer ni...
why? Kasi I can subscribe to a certain thing and that's what makes everyone or someone special. So parang, well, let's leave it there.
My answer is no answer. Oh.
Yes!
Ikaw, agree ka na lang kay Jazz, no?
Oo, pwede bang I am just, naisip ko kasi I am just a woman.
Ganun din, di ba? Ganun din yun. Very smart ang ating guest today. I like how you both answer that whole fill in the blank, di ba? Pak yun, ha? Kasi some people would be like, ano kayang adjective?
Oo, kasi parang alam mo, ang daming ang pwedeng, sabi nga ni Jess, ang daming pwedeng sagot. Parang I am a smart woman, I am a creative woman, I'm a weird woman. Diba?
Ang saya. So thank you, Jazz and Andrea, for being so game, no? So before we officially end, maybe there are just final words lang you want to say to our viewers just to end the show. Just a few final words, like
Stay negative.
I like that. Stay negative.
Not mind that. Stay negative. Just don't like seriously just survive. Like just don't get sick. Everything else can be solved one way or another in your own timeline. But health is something that ang hirap. Yan lang. Kasi I have personal experiences na people around me are getting sick. My brother is a frontliner and it's such a it's a thing that you can't control, you can't prevent because you don't know because of the sickness. So just please talagang I think kasi it's downplayed because everybody says it, but really be safe. As in health
health as well
right now, especially
Ikaw, Andrea, like final words mo.
Final words. Well, ayun, thank you for tuning in. And I think, diba? And ayun, stay mindful and stay informed because knowledge is power, lalo na in these times. It's so important
Knowledge
talaga.
is power.
Diba?
Super.
To remain educated, to listen pa rin to what's happening.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jazz and Andrea, for joining me in this first episode of our Women's Voices series. I hope you enjoyed then your time here on V81 Radio. And super thankful ako sa inyong dalawa you made time for us. And I hope our viewers did too.
Na pala,
ang bilis na you don't notice the time. Kasi chikahan lang talaga tayo dito eh. So, alam, you're really in the zone. So, ayan. So, thank you, Andrea, Jazz, ulit ha. So, keep captivating and inspiring audiences with your creative content and photos. As these times, difficult talaga ngayon. We're definitely in need of more uplifting and empowering works like yours. So, you guys can follow them on their social media. If you want to continue seeing them, how they're doing, you can follow Jazz on your Instagram. That's at _Jazz Reyes. So that's _JAZREYES. And Andrea at Andrea Beldua. That's ANDREABELDUA. So just their names on Instagram. So before we end, I'd like to thank today's partner. We have Tropic Culture Manila for providing us again with classic pieces for the tropics. As in, titingnan mo lang yung feed nila, pieces and design nila, you'll wish it was summer season all over again. But no matter the weather, it's a great idea to splash any of your looks with a little something for the tropics. So check them out on Instagram at Tropic Culture Manila and cop your own Tropic Culture Manila accessory today. And to all our viewers tuned in with us, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I also want to thank, Sir Rolly, Sir Charlie, for the trust for the show, Tito Rachel, Tito Luis, and the production team of V81 Radio South Manila. We have Miss Dean, Miss Dax, Kuya Robbie, Kuya Jason, and I also have Gia, who's been helping me out with this, Gia Crisologo, and Diana, my sister, for the setup, and my friends and family watching right now. I see in the comments, we have Cha, we have Sam, we have Cheska, we have Iggy, we have Isa, we have Sel, we have Kashi, we have my family and friends here talaga watching Jasmine, we have Mati, ayan, mga friends ko talaga to, mga hype ko talaga to, hype team, ayan. We have, I just want to say hi to some more of the comments here. We have Andrea, ayan, Andrea, hi Andrea, you're watching right now. And we also have Sugar, hi Shugs, Hasana, Joanna, Unga, and just want to make sure, just to look at through all other comments, no, I hope I don't miss some of them. I'm trying my best to just look at this. And we also have from Shaka Dialani from LA, hi Shaks, watching from LA, different time zone. We also have Jess, ayan, from different time zones sila. We have Marilyn Tabilia, hi. Hasana Johanna, Danny Albums, and we have Franco, hi Franco. We also have Jasmine Bigi, ayan. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Sana nag-enjoy kayo today. I'm so grateful to each of you who have been supporting talaga the show, and I hope you continue to do so. So you can check out the previous episodes on Beauty in a Box Facebook page, and don't forget to like the pages as well. So you can also follow me on my Instagram. That's at Aliyupa, at ALIYOOPAH. So, kung meron kayong topics kasi na gusto niyo for future episodes or have any questions, do not hesitate to message me on my Instagram page or Beauty in the Box Facebook page or on my Instagram. So, I hope you all continue to stay safe and don't forget to tune in for next week's episode. Masaya din ang episode natin next week only here on Beauty in the Box of V81 Radio South Manila. See you next week!
An online program that takes you to all corners of beauty and lifestyle. This is Beauty in a Box, providing insights on how beauty and lifestyle of all kinds will be of help to everyone, may it be in their professional or personal lives, by improving one's confidence. Beauty in a Box, every Saturday, 1 p.m. Philippine time, hosted by certified makeup artist and beauty enthusiast Aliya Ambray. Beauty in a Box, only here on V81 Radio, South Manila. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, your all hits, all Pinoy digital radio station in South Manila. This is V81 Radio.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y